Good morning, Flosstube, and Merry Christmas. Today is December 25th. It's about 9:40 in the morning here in Alabama. So we are just now waking up and getting into the day. Others of you are still asleep, and whatever place you are on the earth is when you'll be watching this video. I keep doing that thing. I am going to try to keep that down to a minimum. I started these videos hoping that I could get a rotation going, and I am just still stitching on one thing monogamously. That's redundant. Sorry. It's the map of the United States. I do work on the quilt at night. Once I get into the bedroom, there's lighting in there that's really good for that small of a project. But for a big project like the map, it's just not doable in there. Anyway, the instructions say to outline the country of the United States and then go back and do the state borders, or at least that's what I thought it said. And I got to thinking, I'm going to have a lot of short backstitching strands, and I'm not so sure I want that. I don't backstitch very tight, or at least I don't think I do. So I went back to reread the instructions, and lo and behold, it does say to stitch the outline of the country and the outline of the state borders. I don't think that's the way it should have been said, but anyway. So even though I had done Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, and then I went over to Maine, past the Great Lakes and everything to Maine. That's when I realized, I can do all of the state borders. So I started with Maine, and I started with Maine again, and I started with Maine again, and on the third time I thought, Maine's part of Canada now. I don't know why I just could not get Maine's border to work out right. I was always off one or two stitches, and I just did not understand. So I'm going to show you this map for this project. There goes that, I'm sorry. Here it is from what I've got done. Now here in Maine, that little bulge right there, it looked like is she? It looked like Maine was pregnant. It was a pouch instead of a point. And that's how I was getting off. And now that I look at it from this angle, this little dog with some fangs, I do not mean to offend anyone that's in Maine. But I got Maine done. I got New Hampshire and Vermont. I got Connecticut. I've got Rhode Island. I got Massachusetts. Massachusetts and Connecticut. And I'm starting on the outside border of New York. I'm sorry. This is what it looks like from way back. And even though it's not a lot done, I consider it a lot done. I'm going to put this down. I don't know how people do this. I've gotten older and haven't worked in 9 years. And I went to work for a temp firm. I thought maybe I would have a little bit of picked up, some jobs and here and there and have a little extra income. I got hooked, and I mean that literally, on a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday job. It was on the phones. It was a very depressing job, and I don't want to get too far into the details, but you were calling people and talking about sicknesses, and it was very depressing. I liked the job as far as calling people, talking to people. I just didn't like the conversations that were coming up. I think HIPAA has some things that I'm not going to get into now, but I really don't think that you can dig deep into people's personal health issues, but when they volunteer it, they go all out and tell you pretty much everything they want you to know. And it could be very graphic and it could be very depressing. So I was let go this last week, temporary service. Kind of figured out it wasn't a good fit for me. So I got out of that job, and I don't mean to say I got out of it as far as I jumped ship, but it just wasn't a good fit for me, and I knew it, and I think they knew it. So I really haven't had time to stitch. I would come home from work, fix Daddy dinner, clean up the kitchen, and crash into my recliner and do a little bit of stitch. And I might do 5 or 6 stitches at a time and think to myself, I'm too tired to do this. On the phone, even though I had a headset, I was having to dial, and so my hands were up anyway. And doing the cross stitching at night, I was using the same muscles as I was dialing the phone, and my arms would give out. So once I went into the bedroom and got ready for bed, the lighting was really good in there, so I would work on the quilt pattern. I didn't think I had that many left to do. It seems that Melissa had done 6 and was working on the 7th one. And then I must finish the 7th one. And I looked in there and I've still got like 5 more to do. So it's not going to be a quick finish. It's going to be a great finish when it gets finished. But working on that at night, I could put it in my lap and cross stitch, and I could work on the states out here in the chair. So I am supposed to start a delivery job on Tuesday, and it's not delivering pizzas or anything. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to get a little more hours than delivering pizza. So I'm supposed to start delivering medical supplies on Tuesday. If I pass the background check and the accident report, and I don't see any reason why I won't. Anyway, I'm supposed to start that, and it's going to be, from what I understand, 8 or 6 in the p.m. to 8 in the a.m. I'll come home and sleep, and then I'll get up and maybe I can get some cross stitching done. Maybe I can get more cross stitching done than I think I'm going to. But I'm going to just take it easy. I'm not going to try to rush to get the maps done. I'd like to finish the quilt. Caitlin's birthday is in August. It's a possibility. It's not a probability, but we'll try. We'll see. Anyway, I didn't really want this video to be loud. I didn't want this video to be long. I just really wanted to sign on and say Merry Christmas to my subscribers and anyone that's returning. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the subscriptions. I appreciate everything that you're watching. You're giving me feedback, and I'm just honored that you would take time out of your busy day to watch this, and I am humbled. I appreciate it. If you have not subscribed, I'd like for you to. You can even turn on the notifications. I watch YouTube videos, Flosstube videos, and I always get tickled that people say, hit the button below and hit the notification. But I would like for you to subscribe, and I'd like for you to get notifications. Please leave comments. My sister is one of my subscribers, and she pointed out pretty unbeknownst to me, that I was a very, I won't say depressing video, but they were not exactly exciting. So I'm hoping this one it gets a little more exciting and I go up from here. Please, feedback is always welcome. I don't know everything there is to know about videos. I don't know how to put descriptions down in the links down in the descriptions. I don't know how to shout out people and then put their links down in the description. I can tell you who I watch, and I can tell you that there's some great video artists out there. One that I have just started watching is James the PH Stitcher. He's from the Philippines. He is number one, a fast stitcher. Number two, he does patterns that are just vibrant with colors. I can't even fathom doing something that bright and cheerful. Uh, I don't really want to say that. I can't imagine having that many color changes, but they're beautiful. He's got birds and he's got not houses. He's got birds and he's got fairies and he's got dresses and I mean, just beautiful work. He did have one, oh, excuse me. He did have one of Venice, I think. It was beautiful. It was lovely. Please check out his channel, James the PH Stitcher. I appreciate that he shares his work with us, and I am just in awe of him. The way he just picks his patterns. I did not realize that not all patterns that are available here in the United States may not necessarily be available in the Philippines and vice versa. So it's very interesting to know what's available there, and you think, oh, I'd like to do that. And then you realize it's not available here. Either way, check him out. He's really, really good at his stitching, and he's really, really good at picking patterns that are very colorful. Coffee Stitcher, Garrett, is another one that picks beautiful patterns. And I think it just has to do with what you're comfortable doing. I've been cross stitching on and off for, we'll just say, several years. My daughter's 22, 23, 22. And I was cross stitching before she came along. I'm sorry for the clock. But picking out patterns that you like, that you enjoy stitching, will assist you in getting finished projects, because I really like maps. I really like geography. And I just find this map of the United States interesting to do, even though Maine gave me a bit of pain. I've gotten through Maine. Maine is no longer a pain. Anyway, I didn't really want this to be a long video, and it's ended up being 13, 14 minutes. But I did want to say Merry Christmas. I wanted to say thank you for subscribing. Thank you for getting notifications. Thank you for shouting me out to your viewers so that people can come over and check out my station, my channel, and hopefully we'll show them patterns that they would like to do. If I do show a pattern in my videos, like the United States map, I will attempt to put the description down in the title and everything down in the description. I can tell you right now it's done on 14 count. Ooh, I think that's not true. I think it's on 18 count. Ida, white. It did not come with any, it's not a kit. It is just a pattern. and the shop I bought it from helps me pick out the 18 count. Usually I do 14 count, but I did 18 count on this one. 1/1. To me, it's what I was taught to do, so it's not that difficult for me to do 1/1. Another thing I've heard people, they don't like back stitching. I've always done back stitching a certain way, but I was watching, who was I watching? A video on how to do cross stitching and how to back stitch, and I'd never thought of doing it the way that she was doing it. I will have to look that video up, but it makes it go faster, and it looks better. It looks more cohesive. So I'm probably going to keep doing back stitching that way. Hey, who knew somebody this old can be taught something new? Anyway, I'm going to let you go. It's a 16-minute video. Thank you again for subscribing. Thank you again for returning. And I will try to get another video out somewhere between Christmas and New Year's, but if not, it'll be shortly after New Year's. Thanks again, and have a great holiday.